Okay, so what we need to do is remove that tongue. So, just going to find both sides of the jawbone here. The fresher the skull is, the faster they will clean it. The more meat you can pull off, the faster they will clean it. There's a bone right here in his tongue. You can remove that. It's not part of the skull. That tongue bone goes all the way back into here. So here's the tongue, the windpipe. I'm going to keep that for my bugs for off season. So now we can cut this and remove that bottom jaw. Your customers probably won't want their bottom jaw. Some of them do. But if you can get away with not having to clean that jaw, then it allows the bugs to focus on the skull more. Just like that. Another thing you need to do is take your knife and just gently just cut the roof of his mouth. There's a tick. That's another reason you want to freeze them, is because there's ticks. Now it's time to remove the eyes. That's where these come in. You want to kind of slice this, and then don't put too much pressure on this eyeball when you're doing it. They will pop. There's a ton of fat behind this eyeball. There's one eye. Now I'll just dig around into that eye socket with the knife. Get that fat out of there. If you're going to pry with your pliers, be careful that you don't snap his skull inside. It takes practice. Alright, so we've removed the tongue and the lower jaw. The eyeballs are off. There's a piece of cartilage in his nose. If you feel, you can feel the bone, and then you can feel where the cartilage is. Cut that out so that's less for the bugs to eat. There is a bone right there at the base of the nose, so be careful when you do that. A lot of this comes with practice of knowing where the bones and stuff are. Our next step we're going to do is, they left the neck on it, so we're going to have to remove the neck, and then we'll have to remove the brain. If you take your fingers and you feel, you can feel the back of the skull where it bends right down the back of the skull to that vertebrae. Remember, the skull comes out to a point. It's highly recommended when you're working around the spinal column and the brain that you wear gloves, just because you don't know what kind of diseases are in the brain. Want to find this vertebrae in here where the skull attaches to the spinal column. If you happen to go one vertebrae back, that's fine, because you'll just get it after they eat it. There we go. So you got this piece. This is the back of the skull. This is the spine. So right in between this will be covered with meat. If you take your knife and kind of expose this vertebrae and push down on it, there'll be a soft spot right here. It's tissue. If you cut that while pushing down, that neck will come off. And his neck is off. So now we've got this meat in here. We're just going to kind of start tearing it away. Depending on if your bugs are hungry, if you have more skulls to do, you can either take it or leave it. Doesn't matter. It's your call, your colony. You know what they need to eat. Can take anywhere from, just depends on your bug numbers. If they're high enough, anything you can take off, take it off. I got some of the meat removed from the back of the skull here. Now we're going to clean the brain out of it. This is a very important step, because if you don't, then the brain matter will leak into your colony and it will start molding and your bugs will die. Okay, so we've got our wire in there. We're going to take a screwdriver, put our drill on the lowest setting, and then we're just going to twist that up. Well, this should be long enough. So now we're going to find where the spine goes in. Don't go too deep or get too wild with it. You will break the skull up. So now what we need to do is take this to the garden hose and wash it out. You can use a water jet nozzle for your hose. I just don't have one right now. And that is how you prep a skull for cleaning. If you have an animal with caps, such as antelope, buffalo, bovine, bighorn sheep, the caps need to be removed. If you cannot currently get the caps off, you can wrap them in duct tape, place them in with the beetles, and twist them every day. until they pop off. But if you do this, you need to keep a very close eye on them due to the fact that the beetles will eat the caps. I do not currently have any animals with caps, but as soon as I get one, I will do a video on how to remove caps or protect caps. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get upcoming videos. Once again, as stated before in the beginning of the video, please do not put animals that are in velvet in with the beetles. They will consume the velvet. There is no way to protect the velvet. Do not put formaldehyde in there first before putting in with the bugs, because the formaldehyde will kill the bugs. Demonstration purposes only. Please leave a comment if you have a question, and I will answer it as soon as I can. Or if you've purchased bugs from me, email me directly